Hey guys, Trevor Chikuta here from SpineWise. Today I want to talk about something a little bit different. Today I want to talk to you about tennis elbow. Tennis elbow is that pain that comes up the outside of the elbow through here, sometimes through your extensors in the wrist itself, these back muscles here. Really common, used to be associated with tennis, but now we see it more broadly in the community for a wide range of reasons. So I want to talk to you about what that is and how you can go about preventing it with some really simple tips. Like always guys, if you're new to our videos, please like our videos, share it with your friends, subscribe to our channel. All these kind of things help us get information out and make all this stuff worthwhile and help more people every single day. Alright, so let's talk a little bit about tennis elbow. So before we start with, let's talk about the tennis elbow in terms of the actual problem itself. What is it? Because really, we talk about a tennis elbow, really what we're talking about is extensor tendonitis, or lateral epicondylitis. So what we understand is there's a whole series of muscles that come from the back of your wrist and your hands here, comes all the way around and attaches to the back of your elbow in that area there. And what they do is they help bring the hand up like this. However, they also have a very similar function on the other side of the wrist. So when we contract our hand here and we make a fist like this, all your finger flexors that come from the front and the wrist flexors that come all the way down this way contract. And as they contract, they actually pull the hand into a flexed state. So if you were to squeeze really tight, really what your wrist wants to do is this. So the way we stop doing that is by contracting these extensor tendons. So if you contract your hand really hard, what you'll see is the back of your wrist actually tightens up, and you can see mine tightening up there. And that's basically just counteracting what's happening at the front on this side. So why is this really important for people with tennis elbow? Well, the reality is that tennis elbow is usually caused by people gripping things too tightly as opposed to using too much extension. Extension is not really an activity that we do a lot of. So a couple of big things, a couple of big times that we really see this more than anything else in this day and age. The original one was the tennis grip, which is where the tennis elbow came from. It was a classic in tennis players. Main reason for it is that what would happen is as their grips would wear out, or if their grip was too thick or too thin, as they squeeze, they end up squeezing too hard on the racket so that the racket didn't fall out of their hand. The result is they're activating these muscles down the back that we spoke about, inflaming that tendon, creating problems. Nowadays, seeing in tennis players is actually quite rare nowadays because most people are really well fitted up for a tennis racket. The other common place that we really commonly see it now is in builders in construction, especially with hammers. Similar problem, hammers tend to be one size fit all when it comes to the actual handle of the hammer. So we tend to have people who have closed grips like this and other people who have open grips like that around the hammer. And the result of that is again, contract too hard, pulling forward, damaging that extensor tendon as well. The other time that we see this as well is with people spending a lot of time on a computer. So when you're on a computer all the time, if your wrists are below the keyboard, so they're sitting like this, the result is that we have to contract our finger extensors all the time to keep them off the keyboard. That sets off that contraction. So we're always looking for a level of contraction. So these can all be very, very easily sorted out if we understand just a couple of key principles, and that is take the tension off the back of the wrist. Okay, so what we're really seeing, as we said before, is the main cause are a tight grip. So we're basically contracting too hard. It's the tight is the big one. It's strangling whatever we're holding on that creates a problem, and this causes over contraction, like an over level of tightness on the tendons, which creates all of our damage. And it's really, really, really easy prevented. Prevention is always easier than trying to fix things later, and the prevention for this is really simple. Number one, when we're gripping anything, like whether it be a hammer or a tennis racket, we need to be seeing a space in this area. And the space is really simple. All we need to do is grip, make our grip, and what we should be seeing is one of your fingers should fit exactly between your fingers and your thumb, just like that. So if I was to grip my pointer here, you can see there's no space in there between my fingers. This would be too small for me to gripping. If we were to grip it and it was really big and my fingers would stop there, now there's too big a space. So we should be seeing exactly one finger width between the tip of your fingers and the thumb. So in this example here, this would be not too bad, maybe a slightly too big, where this hammer would be way too small for this person. And this is really easy resolved. All we need to do is get a tennis grip, wrap the grip around that handle, thicken it up a little bit, get to that level of thickness. That takes the contraction out and significantly reduces the stress on the hand and the elbow. So correcting these things can be really, really simple, and preventing is even easier. Knowing your grip size, and if you're into tennis or any of those racket sports, there's now a whole lot of handle sizes that you can get fitted out for properly, but that's a general gist of what we want to do. Doing that takes attention off those extensors and can make a huge difference to preventing injuries. If you are using computer keyboards and you do find you get it at work with this contraction constantly coming through here, just simply lift the wrist up to the same height. The fingers will relax, tension comes out of the elbow itself, and now we can type without any pain as well. And there's some classic now covers that we have that can go, or supports I should say, pads that can go in front of your keyboard, or even at the start of the mouse pad to keep your wrist in a good position so you don't have any problems with any of that as well. Anyway guys, if you have any questions with regards to that, you want to know anything more about how you can potentially negate this and how you can stop or even perhaps treat tennis elbow issues, just post it up below, just comment help me below and I'll get some information out for you. Otherwise, feel free to message me and my team. We'll help you out in any way, shape or form we can. Feel free, you can message us at any particular time. Otherwise, thank you for watching this video. Please like, share and comment. Always great to know people are watching our vids. And I'll catch up with you next vid. Bye for now.